What to Play presents 10 of the biggest single-player titles coming out next year and beyond. To see the complete list, check out our website at whatoplay.com, link in the description box below. We'd like to thank the sponsor for our upcoming 2022 game series, Gold Inc. If you're looking for a free-to-play, play-to-earn mobile game, we'll let you know more about them later in the video. Dying Light 2. The zombie genre evolves further in Techland's sequel to their parkour/FPS title. Dying Light 2 takes the series forward with more focus on its role-playing elements, allowing you the freedom to pick sides in its divided post-apocalyptic world. The zombies are still a major threat at night, but that's when the magic happens. By nightfall, you can explore and scavenge for better items. This will affect how you play the game, as well as the many choices you'll have to make at key moments in the story. With Techland's potential to support their games long-term, the future of the sequel looks bright. It comes out February 4. Elden Ring. It's no surprise 2022 is going to be a great year for gaming. The open beta network test gave everyone a taste of what's to come from Software's grand open-world action RPG. The many clips and broken builds couldn't compare to the lush atmosphere and impressive boss fights scattered around this magical land. Despite having a co-op mode, Elden Ring will also have a single-player experience. Most of the game can be enjoyed without an online partner. The challenge will still be there, and the satisfaction you get from taking down that one boss will probably never get old. It's still getting a steady release date this February 25, and by the looks of it, there won't be any delays this time. Triangle Strategy. A return to Square Enix's classic formula, fans of the beloved Final Fantasy Tactics will find this a nostalgic trip. Triangle Strategy may have the trappings of its predecessors, but it's still a fresh title. Since it's in the tactics genre, planning ahead and making use of the tricky terrain is essential to win battles. Strategic turn-based combat is the heart and soul of this new Square title. Meet memorable characters and explore their branching narratives. How the story unfolds and ends all depends on the decisions you made along the way. A Switch exclusive, it comes out this March 4. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild 2. Nintendo is also dishing out their big guns for next year. If everything goes well, we'll be seeing a trailer or a gameplay showcase at the next Nintendo Direct. This sequel takes Link and Zelda to uncharted territories. The threat of Ganon still lingers, and it's up to our heroes to save the future of Hyrule. The trailer isn't too helpful though, giving us more questions than answers. What we do know is that it looks great. Let's hope it can still run on the Switch's 4-year-old hardware. Starfield. Todd Howard is also planning something big for next year. Exclusive to Microsoft consoles, this sci-fi Skyrim is ambitious from the get-go. Starfield promises a vast open galaxy full of stuff to do and quests to partake in. The only downside is, no gameplay has been shown and no details about the game have been revealed. All we know so far is that by November 11 next year, you'll be taking on the role of a spacefaring adventurer. The rest of the story is still buried deep in Bethesda's vaults. Before we move on to the next game in our list, we'd like to thank Gold Inc. for sponsoring this video. Gold Inc. is a free-to-play, play-to-earn gold mining simulator that you can download right on your phone. Start building your gold mining empire with the 10 million cash you get as your capital when you start the game. Use this money to buy excavators, wash plants, security, and everything you need to thrive in the cutthroat gold industry. Much like a real-life gold mining plant, you may not always get the gold, but worry not. You can still sell the ores you mine to buy more fuel and equipment so you can keep digging until you hit that elusive gold. And that's when the real fun begins. As a play-to-earn game, you can actually get real-life moolah for playing.
Yeah, boy.
You can find and own claims worth as much as $10 million. That's because the game's currency, GXB, which is available on the Apollo wallet, is designed to grow in value every day. You know that when it comes to NFT gaming, it's so valuable to get in early because the more players come in, the more competitive the game gets. So if you want to start playing Gold Inc. today, download it for free with the links in the description box. Don't forget to use our code 414-52546 upon signing up. Thank you, Gold Inc.
Time is running out. The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok. War is coming.
God of War, Ragnarok. Kratos and Atreus are about to tear open the Nine Realms in this much-awaited sequel to Sony Santa Monica's award-winning action-adventure. Set after the events of Dad of War, Ragnarok will take the father and son duo to epic new adventures in the realm of Norse mythology. The wrath of Odin and Thor knows no bounds, and other dangerous foes roam about. The trailer gave us a glimpse of the gameplay, and although it's not as revolutionary as before, the added movesets will make this journey refreshing. The new open realms may have new unforeseen challenges for the duo. It comes out next year. Horizon Forbidden West. Aside from Kratos and Atreus, another Sony exclusive is getting their much-needed follow-up as well. Forbidden West continues the story of Aloy as she seeks answers in her post-apocalyptic world. Set in San Francisco, the now decrepit city is teeming with mechanical beasts and fearsome new enemies. Good thing Aloy is packed with all new tools and gadgets to fend off these mechanized threats. There are still a lot of questions about the game's story and open-world gameplay, but we might hear more before it launches next year.
I am the one you seek, the one and only Tanta Sila.
Forspoken. Square Enix's ambitious IP that's not Final Fantasy. Dubbed as a AAA isekai, it follows the story of a young girl transported to a magical dimension. Its gameplay involves seamless real-time combat where you manipulate nature like a druid. Unfortunately, the game is still in its early stages, but the devs are hopeful for a 2022 release window. Of course, there's still a lot of questions, but let's hope they will all get answered before its release next year. A Plague Tale: Requiem. The sequel to Asobo Studios' stealth adventure game. The lives of Amicia and Hugo are about to get even crazier now that France has descended into total anarchy. Rats fill the streets, and Inquisitors are scouring every nook and cranny for their enemies. It's gonna be a wild ride, and the roller coaster of emotions from start to finish might leave us in tears. The gameplay isn't available yet, unfortunately, but we did get a brief trailer showcasing their new appearances and set of problems. It comes out next year. Marvel Spider-Man 2. Sony's friendly neighborhood web-slinger is swinging everywhere from video games to movies. Spider-Man 2 is Insomniac's sequel to their take on Peter Parker's story. Miles and Peter will be the game's two playable characters. However, we've only seen a brief trailer and a snippet of Venom. Other than that, there's not much in terms of details. It might follow Rocksteady's Arkham games, where players can just swap seamlessly mid-fights, or maybe like GTA 5, where they can switch and have their own quests. It's the only game on this list that's coming out in 2023.